Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Apologize for being so late, but yay, I'm gonna do the video. I'm all over the place. I'm really tired. And I was in and out of the room because I was um doing some stuff in the kitchen, so I may have missed some things. And I know I'm probably not talking very loud. It's just my daughter asleep, so I don't want to wake her up. So I apologize for any if I'm muffled. But oh shit. Today is Wednesday, April 9th, and I'm talking about Beyond the Gates. Um, Start with Samantha and Chelsea. Samantha wants to be a model. No surprise there. She wants Chelsea to be our manager. I had kind of wanted Danny to do that, but if Chelsea, it seems like later on Kat talks Chelsea into it, so she wants to do it, and I guess it'd be nice for her to support someone and advocate her. Um, the only thing that really stood out for that conversation for me was when Chelsea told Samantha about her friend with the eating disorder who was a model. And Samantha said that could have been you if it wasn't for Aunt Danny and her mom. And it made me remember the scene where I don't remember what they was doing, but it was a lot of the family was around and Chelsea was there. She was making a plate, like a little appetizer size, not even an appetizer, like a finger food, like social, like a gathering, like a couple of veggie sticks and a like a meat stick and some cheese, right? Like a little small thing. And Danny had took like the meat off the plate. And so I don't know. I wish that and when Samantha would have said that, Chelsea would have had like a react well, like some type of facial reaction besides, but it was nothing there. And I don't know if that's because it wasn't in the writing, it wasn't in the directing, or if it was the acting choice. I don't know. But I would have liked to have seen that because we've seen that there are signs. Not saying she gave her Danny encouraged her to have an eating disorder, but she didn't encourage her to have a healthy relationship with food. Um, and I like Danny, but you know, I forgot to turn off my ice machine, y'all. So y'all gonna hear probably ice falling in a couple of minutes. I apologize for that. Let's see, Nicole and Kat. Here it is. um, Nicole and Kat are arguing about the camera. Kat basically says she's forgot. Um, Nicole does not want to hear excuses. She doesn't want to hear anything bad about Kat. She just want anything bad about Eva. She just wants Kat to let it go. I mean, okay, I don't like Kat, but Kat is right? But I still don't like her. But Kat doesn't know she's right, so I don't really like her attitude so much. But for Nicole, Kat brought up Eva going through her patient files. And Nicole was like, we talked about that. She was doing her job. And then Kat was like, well, not about when I caught her on the camera that night. And Nicole was like, I don't want to talk about that either. I was like, you should care about that. You should care about that. At least, like, that excuse was not a good excuse. Then, Nicole is the therapist. She's put on her therapist hat and tells Kat, I'm not trying to replace you because she feels that Kat is jealous of Eva, and I feel like that's going to be a prophecy. I think Eva might end up. I keep saying I think Eva might be Nicole's daughter, and essentially replacing her. And what if I said this before? What if she switched? If Leslie switched the babies? But I don't know. That would be so beyond crazy to give her baby to take theirs. I don't know. Unless the baby was by a different man. I don't know. I'm trying to write for the soap opera show. Let's see. We have a cute little whatever scene between Kat and Tomas, which was completely undone by him being in a scene with Eva like minutes later, and all the flirting he was doing with Kat, he was doing with Eva. He ain't shit. I think I called him Thomas. I mean Tomas. I'm sorry. I do that all the time. Um, oh, when we saw Laura live, I was like, oh my god, Laura lives. Laura lives. Silo fans, y'all know what that was. Um, I didn't think the girl was gonna be alive. I thought Leslie was gonna kill her, but apparently she just gave her an infection. But the doctor told her she was gonna be in the hospital for that Laura would be in the hospital for the foreseeable future. I was like, that's a long ass time. Like as far as you can see, like the foreseeable future, that's a long ass time. Laura's was a little like she was tired of being in the hospital. But I feel like if you just found out you had an infection and something could be wrong with your heart, like you should be more concerned with like getting better versus leaving the hospital. I think the real question should have been like, how did I get this infection in the hospital? But you actually get a lot of, that's where a lot of people get infections from, in the hospital. I had a really bad staph infection one called MRSA. If you guys ever heard of it, that's one of the like really bad ones. And I caught it from the hospital. I was when I had my firstborn, dirty instruments, stuff not being cleaned at the hospital. But they gave me antibiotics. You have to take the antibiotic to treat it. It's like you have to take them and then take another round of them and then get tested again in like 6 months to make sure, because it's the reason it's so dangerous is because it's resistant to most antibiotics, if I remember correctly. Um, let's see. Chelsea given this. I'm sorry, my notes are all over the place. Chelsea giving Samantha modeling advice. I didn't really like it. I thought I would like the scene between them, but I didn't, because Chelsea's advice was basically like, "Oh, if you have a bad feature, to downplay that and like highlight your better feature, right?" I feel like why can't it just be like embrace your body, embrace your face? Like I don't know. Maybe I'm naive. All right, talked about the food disorder, eating disorder. We see Martin and Smitty, and Martin was actually being very sweet. He gave Smitty a gift. He refilled his ink pen, which is symbolic of in a few different ways of like filling him up. He filled him up with ink, filled the pen up with ink the way he had filled him up. Also, it shows supporting for the writing. I appreciated that. I can see the chemistry, but I still think Martin is a bad guy. And then with that scene, I'm sorry, I'm tired. Martin and Smitty were talking about the kids again, Tyrell and Samantha. And I don't know I can't remember exactly what they said, but something made me wonder if, you know how Martin's always having the nightmare? He's like, I gotta protect my family, I gotta protect my family. What if they adopted those? What if the people that Martin killed were Tyrell and Samantha's biological parents? What if he saved them from, save the kids from the parents or something like that? I don't know, just a thought. We have Andre at the at the hospital. The nurses stopped talking to him for some reason. People don't want to open up to him anymore. He gets some advice from Ted with the. I hate Ted. I don't like his acting style. It's too. I don't know. It's weird. Um. So Andre takes Ted's advice and tries to like spy in the background on the nurses, which he was still like right there. I don't know how they didn't see him. His camera was literally like right there, but whatever. Um, Ashley's there, and a doctor finds out Ashley made a mistake and kind of, he doesn't really chastise her. He's actually very nice about it. I feel like he might have should have been more not nice about it. Um, but apparently Andre was recording it the whole time of that conversation. So she's like, delete it. That was from the previews where she was like, if you care about me, delete it. Like, why you got to bring up caring about you, Ashley? Stop it. But Andre didn't want to delete it, and he just kept talking to her and getting like a more honest take on, yes, nurses make mistakes, blah 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 blah. Then Derek comes up, and it forces her to admit how she really felt about him, Derek being in the hospital, being a firefighter, and she got really emotional and sad. And that was what she was giving. I'm like, girl, who can cry? Like, I grew up watching soap operas when you had to be able to cry to get the part. I need some real tears. More ice. Sorry. Um, and Leslie coming to the hospital again to look at Laura's medical records or something. And Shanice Carter. And Leslie done debuted another personality, Lulu, a Southern Belle. And she crazy, but I'm starting to like her more. she's kind of fun. I like a good psychotic motherfucker that's like completely off their rocker. It's fun to watch. All right, talked about Tomas flirting with Kat and Eva. Ashley's mistake. Kat encouraging Chelsea to be the manager. Oh, I might have done everything, guys. Oh, Eva, not Eva. Ted and Nicole are talking about whenever Laura is ready to get out of the hospital, what they can do with Kat, and Ted suggests they get her a job as a hairdresser at the country club. And Eva looks so hurt, and I think, and Eva goes back and tells Leslie, but we don't get a lot of follow up on it unless I missed it. But what I'm thinking is that she just feels like they look down on her, like she's less than them. And I can relate. And I've been in a situation where I've been like in relation with people of you know, like most of my friends are different like economic status than me, because I've been a single mom most of the time. So, and there are moments where I feel, I don't know if I feel inferior, but sometimes I worry that they might see me as inferior. Um, just because, you know, you live to if you have money and you don't, or you don't, like those are two different very lives. And all of your, so much is shaped on that experience, right? Money is very important. I wish that it wasn't, but it is. So I think Eva just feels like that they don't look at her as as equals, um, which is, it's hard when you are close to someone and you feel like they look down on you or think less of you. A lot of times, people with money judge people who don't have money, um, thinking it's like the life choices they made, and you know sometimes it is. People do shit, but like it is when you are born into poverty, like on the lower end of things, it is very hard to get out of that. Um, like every nothing, the system is not designed to have people, you know, born into one class and move up. Um, so I don't know. Well, I'm doing too much. All right, I want to go take my ass to sleep. Thank you guys for watching. I know this was probably a shitty review, but if you watched it anyway, I appreciate you. And even if you started watching it and stopped halfway through and you don't even hear this part, I still appreciate it. I appreciate it if you skip this video. Hopefully things I can be better tomorrow. Thank you. Live long and prosper.